And we're back. Hi, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington, Elton, and Wheat Peter. This is part two. We'll make sure you have a link for part one. We're talking to Vita about a very important topic that concerns all of us, cybersecurity and YouTube. So over to Elton.
Very good. Vita, we're so happy to have you here. And you've shared with us important data about how we need to structure our environments so that when we, really bring into focus and understand the consistencies and inconsistencies of our network preview, we practice certain protocols. Now, you mentioned in our previous discussion about your VPN. Now, it's important that each home uses a VPN to make sure that we keep our environment secure and also our communications and dialogue, and also keep our privacy there, because we don't want to be overly exposed. And many people probably don't know the particular procedures. Now, I don't know what technical approach you've taken. I know Windows has Windows Security, and up until recently, personally, I was using a virus protector, but now because of Windows Security, they don't play well together. So, it makes me, I don't know if I feel more secure or less secure. Right now, I'm in a stage of trialing it out, but also using a VPN. So if you can share with us some of the technical details to make sure that we follow through protocols more properly.
Yes, sure. Well, the most important thing that people tend to forget, regardless what kind of the protection they have, they do forget to install the updates. Whenever you're prompted with an update, that means that there was a critical issue that has been discovered, and it must be you must let your software know about this, right? So, but what people do to the updates, they usually postpone them, right? And that means that the library of the viruses, a library of the vulnerabilities is not complete. And cyber criminals usually take advantage of that very quickly. So every single day puts you under more and more risk. There's another thing that people tend to forget. As I said, we have to start from ourselves first, right? But people tend to use multiple same password on multiple accounts. And as a rule of thumb is that those passwords get leaked quite often, right? And once your credentials are exposed on the dark web, what the cyber criminals would do, they would try to go there and apply these passwords onto other accounts of yours. You name it. It might be Amazon, it might be Google, it might be Facebook, it might be anything, right? So people don't really take a good password hygiene at all into their considerations, but they have to. And additionally, tools are very important. So as I said, antivirus in combination with the VPN that is coming from a trusted partner is a must.
Interesting.
I see.
Yeah, because I know I use the same password.
But
I know that people have warned me about this, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
I have virtually 100 to 200 accounts. Trying to remember 200 passwords on, that's a difficult procedure. Now, you can change all the passwords and every 6 months, every 3 months, whatever. That probably would give you more security. But trying to remember 200 passwords might be a little difficult.
So how do you recommend that we use different passwords? Is it once a month that you change your password, or you just keep being aware of it, or what would you recommend? And how does one remember? For example, I know numbers have always been my elephant in the room, but now you notice that you're constantly using numbers all the time. So what would be a good way to remember and update passwords? How often do you do it?
use a password manager, a software that is built exactly for that. One of the examples is the NordPass. So what you have to do, the trick is not to change the passwords often. The trick is to have those passwords unique for every single account that you use. So as you said yourself, it's absolutely impossible to remember them all, right? So that is why it's great to have a software that logs them, and then it remembers it for you. And now whenever you're trying to reach the account, they would that software would pre-populate the password for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I use a few techniques that I will tell you later. But yeah, so that's interesting. So thank you so much for your time. This was amazing research, and I will definitely share the blog with my audience. And this is something that everybody needs to be aware of. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Zita. We really enjoyed your dialogue, and we find it to be inviting, and we hope it is inspirational to the rest of our audiences now. And so let us look forward to how we could reach out to capture more people who engage in safe and private online engagements that way. Especially, Zoom has a recent update too. Did you know about that? Yeah, we just put that in place. And so that's an amazing thing. How about that?
So if you're watching, go to www.brightsideGlobalTrade.org, and we'll make sure that Vita's blog is also available so you can enjoy the research. Thank you.
Share, if you will,